because I've run into this in my real life when people ask me what I do, and I say I create content online or I help content creators, or especially if I say I play video games online and make money or something like that, they kind of shake their heads and they're like, and I can tell they think, well, that's not a real job. And the second line of thought that normally goes unspoken out loud is it doesn't contribute anything meaningful to society. And I think this is a boomer perspective. They look at it and
boomers.
It's not tangible. It happens online and it's not like doing something real or good, quote unquote, and which totally misses the point of being a creator, period, from the get-go. So it comes from kind of an antiquated perspective that doesn't quite understand online culture, online trends, and community building that happens online, which is essentially the main benefit of this type of thing. It's not just entertainment. There's a lot of community building that goes on. There's a lot of social connection that goes on. And we're finding that right now. I think COVID-19 has specifically pointed that out in a period of time where most of us are isolated because we have to be for our own safety. We're lucky that we have this system, that we have creators who can help connect us to communities so we can still get some form of socialization, some form of community, and have some form of friendship, even though we might not be able to see each other face to face as much. And it might not be the same, but it's better than nothing at all. It's better than complete isolation. So it does provide value. I think for most of us growing up with the internet now, for the younger generations, they get this completely. They just understand it intrinsically, having grown up and being kind of entrenched in it from the beginning.
Yeah, that makes sense. And another thing that is kind of standing out for me here is the transition that people are needing to make right now with their physical real jobs to online and their struggle. And it's going to take them a couple years to do it. For example, I coach a yoga teacher who had a very real job to me as a full-time yoga instructor. You know, if you said, I'm a yoga instructor, nobody would go, you're fake news, you're a fake job. That's a real full-time job at a real studio that pays you a real salary whenever you go there and teach, right? Well, now they have to do it remotely, and now they have to do it digitally. And now in order to get business, they have to run a YouTube channel. In order to facilitate classes, they have to do live streams. And in order to keep their customers coming back, they have to do a full-blown social media strategy. That's just one example. Another example is I've got a college professor contacting me for coaching who is looking to connect with the students that are remote right now, or even the students outside of the classroom on a deeper level. He's over, I think, is it like Santa Monica University or something in California. And so he needs help recording in OBS. He needs help live streaming. He needs help video editing. And all of these skills that you guys have as YouTubers right now, folks with very legitimate professions like professors, they wish they knew the knowledge and skills that you have. They were the people that are part of the old world, that are part of the old school real job hierarchy where you go to college, you literally learn from the professor, and then you go get a job. Now they need to learn from you. And so I think this is a validating moment for YouTubers, creators, and streamers that kind of shows you that you were way ahead of the curve. And unfortunately, the curve was accelerated by this virus.
Yeah, I was going to completely agree with you on that. COVID, and kind of just adding on to what Perrin said, COVID has 100% legitimized content creation and live streaming as a real job. And if anyone has a problem with that, chances are they're just reflecting because they have a job that they don't enjoy. Yeah, and I think even more so than others, because let's take a look at the people who also, the same ones that are saying, oh, this isn't a real job and everything like that. We've already established that you're probably going to be putting in more than a full-time amount of work per week. You're probably going to be putting in more than 40 hours if you want to have a really good chance of succeeding at that. And even then the chance is slow. The amount of time that goes into that, it's different from a normal job because you have to manage your own time. You don't have a manager telling you, you have a set time that you have to be at work every single day. You have to get exactly these exact things done. You have to manage your own time. And when you're already working a full-time job, because trust me, when you're just starting out as a live streamer or a YouTuber or a content creator, you're not making any money. This is a long-term play for your life, for your goals and dreams. However, when you're working another 40-hour job on top of that, it becomes very difficult. You have to be very disciplined to actually stay motivated and not get burnt out, which is a whole nother side to being a content creator or live streamer that many people, just because they're not used to that setup, they're not used to living that kind of life where they have to manage their own professional environment. I think it makes it much more difficult. And I think it adds another level of why this is actually more of a real job than a lot of other jobs.